When I left fundamentalist churches, religion, and Christianity, I realized that churches support and suppress that women under abortion bans are dying at a higher rate than places that allow abortion. So more children, more fetuses, more mothers are dying in places where abortion is banned or is illegal, but they still don't ever acknowledge, accept, or even fix the problem. They believe that they are saving more lives with an abortion ban than they are allowing it, and that's not true. Every time in American history when abortion was illegal, more people died. And it's interesting how the group that claims to be pro-life votes for child rapists, traffickers, and lets women die due to believing that policing women's bodies is somehow moral and godly. There's nothing godly about taking away women's rights. There's nothing good about this. And even more than that, even more than that, churches never talk about it, and they suppress that women die more under abortion bans than in places that allow abortion. They limit vital health care. They sponsor and give money, donations, to get people elected who cause more infant fatalities and mother fatalities than if they just supported quality health care. And if you look on the website for Wikipedia, it lists organizations that were designated by the South who we now term hate groups. And many of the groups that support abortion bans are on the hate group list. There's so many, I couldn't possibly tell you what they all are. But if you look it up, like list of hate groups on American soil, a lot of them were funded, started, and supported by major Christian denominations. And isn't it interesting how in order to be a hate group, you either have to believe in some white supremacy or Christian rhetoric. That's why there's a myth about religious extremists. And yes, people who are extremists in religion are most likely to be terrorists. But it's not Muslims. They're not the people who are consistently hurting people. It's white supremacy, right-wing, Bible and Trump-loving people are the most likely to commit acts against children or just acts of violence against people in public. And it's funny, well, the act of violence isn't funny. It's funny when people think that it's a left-wheeling trans person that does the majority of these shootings, when it's the Bible-loving, right-winged, I'll kiss Trump's butt even if the list is released kind of people. White supremacy has always thrived in environments that see women as property and that white people are superior. This is Christianity, white man's religion 101. Nothing much changes, does it? It's just a constant problem. And these kind of people always support morally bankrupt groups and politicians. Why do you think Republican Christians supported Reagan, who he didn't cause the AIDS epidemic, but he did nothing to help save people's lives? Why there was so much Islamophobia and just awful racism during George W. Bush's presidency in the early 2000s? And why we have 25% more members now in hate groups when Trump's president. When you elect a leader that is so morally bankrupt, they don't deal with racial and social and gender issues and allow and applaud these kind of people who harm people. If you don't squelch racism, it thrives.